Hello everyone and welcome to Disney Decades. I'm your host, Nick LoCicero. In Disney Decades, I'm going to read about an event that happened in Disney Parks history, and you have to guess what year that event occurred. But there's a twist. In front of you, you should have a board with the dates 1950 through 2020. This is called the Time Wheel. You also have a set of 7 game pieces called Time Windows. If you don't yet have your Time Wheel and Time Windows, please pause this video and visit www.nt.com/DisneyDecades to download the game for free. Now, each time window is large enough to cover a series of years from 1 to 7. If you're really sure about a date, use a smaller time window. If you aren't too sure, use one of your larger time windows to cover more years. Once you use a time window, set it aside. It is no longer available for you to use. I have 15 events, and if you run out of time windows before I run out of events, you win. You'll have 20 seconds after I read an event to place your time window. If you need more time, just pause the video. No one's looking. All right, now it's time to play Disney Decades. Have fun and good luck. Here is event number 1. The Wishes Fireworks Show has its final performance at the Magic Kingdom. What year did the Wishes Fireworks Show have its final performance at the Magic Kingdom? Wish is, of course, a very long-running fireworks show at the Magic Kingdom. Lots of people sad to see it go, but lots of people like the new one as well. What year did it have its final performance? The year was 2017. 2017. All right. Hope you're off to a good start. Let's go on to event number 2. Frank Wells becomes President and Chief Operating Officer of the Walt Disney Company. What year did Frank Wells become the President and Chief Operating Officer of the Walt Disney Company? Hopefully you remember a little bit of your Disney history. The people in charge here, what year did he become President and Chief Operating Officer? That was 1984. 84. All right, we're on to question number 3. Discovery Island in Bay Lake, originally known as Treasure Island, is open to the public at Walt Disney World. Now, if you're following along on our social media, you already know the answer to this one. We gave this one away earlier in the week. What year did Discovery Island in Bay Lake open to the public at Walt Disney World? This is a separate ticketed little island aviary walkthrough. You can see some animals and such. The island's still there, but we can't visit it. What year did it open? 1974. 74. All right. Here is event number 4. The Light Magic Parade debuts at Disneyland. A little bit of Disneyland parade history here. What year did the Light Magic Parade debut at Disneyland? All right, let's see how many of you get this one for event number 4. Maybe you can go 4 for 4 if you know a little bit about your Disneyland parade history. Time's almost up, and time's up on this one. 1997. 97 was the year we're looking for. It's time for event number 5. Here we go. The final ABC Super Soap Weekend, an event which brought ABC soap opera actors to Walt Disney World, is held at Disney's Hollywood Studios. What year was that final Super Soap Weekend at Walt Disney World? And Hollywood Studios had a lot of these weekends. Star Wars weekends, ESPN the weekends, ABC Super Soap Weekend. Which was your favorite? And do you know what year the final one was held for the soap opera actors? It was in the year 2008. 2008. All right, we are a third of the way through here. If you're 5 for 5 in your time windows, not bad. Let's see if you can go 6 for 6. Here we go. 1 Hour in Wonderland, the first Disney production made for television, premieres. What year was 1 Hour in Wonderland, the first Disney production made for television? What year did it premiere? Hopefully pretty obvious you're going way back for this one. But can you nail that correct year? Well, most of you probably knew it was in the 50s. In fact, it was 1950. 1950, so all the way back in your time window, on your time wheel, as far back as you can go. All right, here we go. Here's event number 7. Walt Disney passes away at age 65. What year did Walt Disney pass away at the age of 65? A lot of you probably know this one, but maybe you just know the right era, but can you nail down that right year for this one? Let's see how many of you get it. Maybe this is someone 7 for 7 right here. Let's see. And time's up. The answer, 1966. 66. All right, moving on to number 8. Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln debuts at the New York World's Fair. What year did Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln debut at the New York World's Fair? So you got a couple clues here. If you know what year the New York World's Fair debuted, you got this one. Maybe you just know what year Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln debuted. Either way, you should be able to use one of your time windows on this one. The year was 1964, the 64 World's Fair. Lots of things debuted there. We probably have other Disney Decades questions related to things that happened at the 64 World's Fair in other episodes. All right, here is event number 9. The Walt Disney World Village opens at the Walt Disney World Resort. What year did the Walt Disney World Village open at the Walt Disney World Resort? If you're like, what is the Walt Disney World Village? Well, it eventually became Disney Springs as we know it today. But what year did the Walt Disney World Village open? At Walt Disney World? Time's up. Well, that was way back in 1975. 75, so a few years after the resort opened. All right, let's go to event number 10. Some Animal Kingdom history here. The Pizzafari restaurant opens at Disney's Animal Kingdom. What year did the Pizzafari restaurant open at Disney's Animal Kingdom? Guess what you could get at Pizzafari? Pizza. Yep. What year did the restaurant open? Time's almost up. Time's up on that one, 1998. 98. All right, moving on to event number 11. We're already 2/3 the way through this show. Maybe you got rid of all your 7 time windows and you're just playing for fun now, or maybe you got rid of all 7 and tuned us out. Hopefully not. All right, let's keep going. I wonder if anyone's ever gone 15 for 15. That'd be crazy. All right, here's number 11. Pirates of the Caribbean opens in Adventureland at the Magic Kingdom. What year did Pirates of the Caribbean open in Adventureland at Magic Kingdom? I'll give you a hint. It wasn't when the park opened. There you go. Give you that one for free. And hopefully you got your time window placed. The year was 1973. 1973. All right, we're going to go overseas for this one. Mickey's PhilharMagic opens in Fantasyland at Tokyo Disneyland. Through a Tokyo Disneyland one in here. What year did Mickey's PhilharMagic open in Fantasyland at Tokyo Disneyland? Hopefully you know a little bit about your PhilharMagic history or Tokyo Disneyland history. Maybe some of you are saying, I didn't even know it was at Tokyo Disneyland. Uh-oh. Well, the year was 2011. 2011. All right. Just a few events left. We only have 3 left. We're on to event number 13. All right, here we go. Rocket Rods is permanently shut down at Disneyland. Pretty infamous ride around here at WWNT. I know Tom loves this one. Rocket Rods is permanently shut down at Disneyland. What year was that? And bonus points to anyone who actually got to ride Rocket Rods while it was going. All right, the year was 2000. Right there, 2000. All right, number 14. We're going to get obscure for this one, so hopefully you've already used most of your time windows. Maxwell House Coffee House opens at Disneyland. What year did the Maxwell House Coffee House open at Disneyland? I'm pretty sure you could get coffee there. Kind of like Pizzafari. They put the name of what you can get in the name of the restaurant. How easy is that? Well, that opened in 1955, same year as Disneyland opened its doors. All right, here we go. We're on to our final event, number 15. If you got one time window left, hopefully you can use it here. Honey, I Shrunk the Audience debuts in Tomorrowland at Disneyland. What year did Honey, I Shrunk the Audience debut in Tomorrowland at Disneyland? All right, thinking, which year was it? Place that time window. Time's almost up. And time's up. The year was 1998. 98. All right. How'd you do on this one? Please let us know in the comments. Drop in your scores. How fast did you use up your time windows? Which question tripped you up the most? Thank you for watching this episode. And of course, if you want more, maybe this is your first time and you're like, wow, that was fun. I want more. Well, good thing there are plenty more on the Parchive channel. Just subscribe to the channel. You'll get those notifications and you'll get more content like this. All right, well, that's it for this edition of Disney Decades. See you next time.